This is the story of how a tiny donkey, in the most unexpected way, found his place in our hearts. His name is Cash. We never imagined one day we'd be sharing our home with a donkey. But life sometimes chooses companions we didn't know we needed. Cash arrived during a time we weren't prepared, and yet he fit perfectly into the rhythm of our family. He adapted, as though he'd always been meant to belong here. No matter how strange it sounds, sharing a home with a donkey became our new understanding of normal. His presence, quiet but powerful, changed everything. Over time, he became deeply connected with our daily lives. Each evening, just before lights dimmed, he would calmly take his place beside the bed, always favoring the same spot, next to my husband. There he'd curl up peacefully, resting like one of us. It was never forced, never taught, but always consistent, as if he understood the comfort of closeness and the safety of routine. Watching him integrate so naturally into the home's rhythm was both touching and surreal. He didn't simply share our home, he became part of our story. The day we found him will be etched in my memory forever. While checking the far end of the farm, an area we rarely visited, we came upon an unexpected scene. One of our donkeys had given birth far ahead of time. She looked alarmed. Suddenly, she turned aggressive toward the newborn. Instinct took over. We rushed in, my arms wrapped around his small body as my husband carefully freed him from his cord. There was no hesitation, just urgency and heart. That's how Cash was introduced to the world, rescued not just from harm, but toward a life we never imagined. That first night felt endless. We didn't sleep, not a moment. The atmosphere was quiet, heavy with concern. The responsibility of a fragile, new life had landed on our shoulders, and we bore it with both fear and hope. As the hours passed, something extraordinary happened. Cash began to respond. He no longer trembled. He grew curious, energetic. He started to explore with wild legs and a spark in his eyes. In that moment, his tiny heart decided this was home. In the days that followed, that spark only grew. He raced through the house with an energy that echoed joy. Sometimes he'd nudge the other animals, boldly yet playfully, like a kid showing off. But beneath every playful kick was a deep desire to belong, to stay close, to keep us in sight. He didn't want attention out of need. He craved it out of love. He had chosen us without hesitation as his family. And that choice, it changed us more than we ever expected. His personality became part of the walls around us. He discovered comfort in the smallest routines, waiting patiently as meals were prepared, resting quietly when the world slowed down. We didn't teach him how to adapt. He simply tuned into every beat of our life. His presence reminded us of what it really means to be seen, to be accepted, and to give love, freely, without condition or expectation. Each day with him became a reminder. Sometimes we can make time for others. The most unexpected companions change everything. At times, he approached the fence where his mother stood on the other side. There was recognition in his gaze, a deep, gentle love he still held for her. But just as quickly, he'd return to our side, not confused, not torn. He had found his place. What once was a connection of survival had become something deeper, a bond shaped by comfort, trust, and unconditional affection. Each moment he ran toward us, joyful without limits, reminded us how healing works from the inside out. Stories like this warm the heart, but they also carry responsibility. Bringing any animal into a home, especially one as unique as Cash, requires more than love. It demands understanding, patience, and preparation. No decision should be impulsive. Every life deserves a chance at comfort, but only if we are ready to offer it fully. Before you welcome an unusual pet home, speak to experts, learn about their care, and ask, can I really give this creature what it needs? Because they give us everything in return.